We're going to test out the MSR water filter. I've got the hose attached and the clean cover off the bottom. This is going to be fun with doing my own camera work without a tripod. I'll get water coming out. I'm going to try to get some of that in a bottle here and see what it's like here. Pretty good clean water, clear water, so not a lot of sediment in it.
Yeah.
So we don't really have to filter it first.
Let's do this. How's this one?
Alright, I'm going to try this out.
How's this one? How's this one? Oh, how's this one?
Ooh, it tastes good.
Goes to walking now.
Alright.
Go away.
Yep.
That was
There we go.
goes
That's pretty fast, really.
out.
We'll have to let it dry for a few days before we store it permanently.
For Tweety.
Wrap that up.
What's in there?
Huh?
What's in there?
The water? Is that what you said?
What's in there?
Doesn't go back in the bag the same with the
Huh?
hose wrapped around it, but that's pretty fast. I've never used a water filter before, but this would have saved us on our backpacking trip last year in Montana. So we didn't have to carry so much water. We had good clean water sources there. What do you think? Do you think it worked all right?
There.
You think it worked all right?
Yeah,
I like it.
I like it too.
Yeah, I like it. We'll test it again. See what it's about. Maybe in a couple of days I can comment on whether I'm sick or not from this that I'm gonna drink. So, you wanna walk? Are you saying let's walk or let's rock? Or both? How about that? Let's rock. You wanna rock?
No.
You wanna walk?
No.
You don't? What do you wanna do?
This the walk. I want to talk about this rock.
Oh, okay. Talk about these rocks.
I seen it on me.
Yeah?
Those rocks in the water. It's only to wash it in the water.
Oh, yeah?
I seen this water in the over there.
Yeah. Alright,
What did they get me?
They're not gonna get you. You wanna catch up to Mama?
Yeah.
Okay, I did a pretty poor demonstration while on vacation last week about this this water filter, and I wanted to supplement that before I went ahead and made the video and kind of talk about the individual pieces and show it. This is the MSR, which is Mountain Safety Research Miniworks EX Microfilter. I got this as a Christmas present. I asked for it and I got it as a Christmas present. I really dig this filter. It seems to work. It's not the lightest filter you can get. It's not the smallest filter you can get if that's your concern with your backpacking. I think this is ideal for my situation. You know, everybody's going to have their own situation. They've got the little UV purifiers that you put in the water, and the UV rays will, you know, purify it. There's other filters. There's gravity filters. I don't mind it being a pound, 1.4 pounds or whatever it is. Because it filters everything but viruses, or at least on the spec sheet it does. It filters down to 0.2 microns, which is as low as I've seen it. You know, someone can correct me if I'm wrong. That's as low as I've seen a filter actually filter. It won't filter out the viruses, but it will filter out, you know, heavy metals, toxins, chemicals, tannins, microorganisms, bacteria, things like that. This is the pump head. Okay, this there's the umbrella. What do they call that? The umbrella valve. It says here. That's the pump handle. This goes into that, and this just, it screws in, and I took it out by hand. So it was kind of tough to get out at first, but Once you get it started, it comes out pretty easily. That's the inlet hose barb, and that this hose can come off here, but it goes on really easily. So that comes out easily. This is the housing, and that just screws on top of there. This is the ceramic element. These are fragile. Before my next long excursion, I plan on buying another one, a replacement, and somehow, you know, figuring out a good way to store that where it won't break. These are pretty fragile, and you don't want to get stuck out where you're relying on your filter and drop this baby and have it break. You'd be in a world of hurt then. They give you this scrubbing brush. It's basically, you know, like just a, I don't know, like a SOS pad or whatever, anyway, to scrub that if it gets dirty. If you're going to be filtering glacial water with the glacial flour in it or sediments, that could plug up pretty fast. Water with a lot of tannins in it or sediment could plug that up pretty fast. You know, I plan on putting a coffee filter over this and just wrapping it around this. That's the inlet to help filter some of that. You could also get, you know, maybe a bucket of it or something and then let it settle and only take off the top portion, and then when you get kind of close down to the bottom, dump it and get some new water. Those are some methods to keep that from plugging up so fast, you know. But you could scrub it. This is a gauge to see how, I guess, to, you know, see how much filter you've got left. And as you clean it, it's going to wear down and you're going to need to put a new filter in it. This will filter 2,000 liters, more or less. Obviously, the nastier the water is, the more it's going to plug this up, the less you're going to be able to filter. This is the cover that goes on the bottom. On the bottom of that, that's where the water comes out, right there. There's the threads I was looking for. You can actually screw, you know, dromedary bags and certain bottles to the bottom of this, and that makes it really handy. It turns it from like a 3-hand operation to a 2-hand operation like it ought to be. I'll talk about that, and you'll see it in the other part of the video. I actually held this like that, and I just had a half-liter plastic bottle under there, and I was easily able to hold them both with one hand, hold them securely. I don't think I spilled a single drop of clean water. There was no cross-contamination. This is your inlet cage, and there's some foam in there to keep stuff out of the hose. You can slide, excuse me while I do this, you can slide this float up, and that'll, you know, if your stream's pretty deep, you might be able to raise the float up a bit to get deeper, but if it's not too deep, you want to lower the foam so that you're not down in the sediment on the bottom. You need to let them dry so that they're not being stored this way. I probably ought to leave this apart, but just so that, you know, you can see it, I'm going to kind of put this back together. And again, this is sort of a one-handed operation right now, but it's not too hard, and that's sort of a good demonstration of how hard it's not. That goes together pretty easily. That just screws in right there. I believe these things MSRP for like 80 bucks. I don't know what this one cost. You're ready to pump with that. So this little deal slides on there, and this screws into the bottom to keep junk out of the bottom of that. So yeah, like I said, I think they MSRP for like 80 to 100 bucks. I don't know what they spent on this. I've seen them online for $79.95. I think it's well worth it. You can pump 1 liter a minute with that, and it's easy to pump. You know, they're good clean streams, but it tasted great. It tasted neutral. There was no bad flavor in it at all. It tasted cool and clear, and I never got sick over it. So anyway, you know, like I said, I'm no expert at this kind of stuff. I'm learning all the time, and you know, part of my goal is to help people avoid making the same mistakes that I've made, and part of my goal is to you know, sort of learn with people, hear some different ideas from people that might watch these and might, you know something I don't, or might have their own ideas. It's a learning experience for us all, and I hope I never stop learning about this kind of stuff. But this is definitely going in my emergency bag and my hiking bag. You know, it takes up a little space, and it's a little weighty, but I think it's well worth it. You know, it's fast and easy, provides a lot of water, and it'll last a long time as long as you take care of it. And that's pretty much the way it goes with a lot of the tools that are going to be going in my emergency bag. So, you know, thanks for watching.